Right guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all smashing it. Well, today, first drive in the 330e G21. Obviously, my daily is the 435, the bigger 6-cylinder turbo petrol. So this is it's a bit different. Obviously 2-litre turbo with hybrid assist, pushing about 290 brake. It's a 5.9 to 60 car, so it's no slouch. But the first thing I notice compared to mine is how quiet it is. It's silent. It's just crazy. Obviously, as we can see, the dashboard is a completely different setup. It's like a fighter jet. You got these screens, and it's nice. It's completely, I don't know, there's a lot going on, to the point where I've even discussed with my dad, coming from more obviously analog BMWs, is it a distraction? This is all, it's all touch screen. There's that much going on. But my first thoughts when I was a passenger in this car was like, this main screen here, it's just basically an iPad. You know what I mean? You go through everything on it, and it's mental. It's going to take a bit of getting used to, because at the end of the day, the car, you want to be able to just get in it, have your phone, have your sat nav, have your music, and it just doesn't. Obviously, I'm probably a bit out of date, but it doesn't seem that simple with this, because it's like you've got the iDrive system, which obviously controls everything in the F series, and you just click through and it's fine. With this, it's like, should I use the iDrive or should I use a touchscreen? It's like, obviously, use a touchscreen. The one good thing that I like is there's just a heating button right in the middle there, and you can just change to your heated seats and obviously your blowers, and you've still got the rear demist and maximum blast on your windscreen. So it does have some user-friendly elements, but at the minute it's all just a bit mind-boggling. You find yourself driving a bit slower because there's just that much going on. But like I said in the previous videos, as a place to be, it's quite nice. This car's also, it's got the adaptive suspension, the adaptive M Sport suspension, so obviously when you change your modes, it changes. Obviously if you go in sport mode, it stiffens everything up. I've not yet used sport mode with this extra boost, which is supposed to dump a 40 extra horsepower from the electrical side of things. So we'll get on a bit of a better speed limit road and do a couple of little pulls and see what it's like. It's just silent. See, we're in hybrid there. I'm sure hybrid, obviously the engine's on. We've got full electric there. That's not me. I guess for town driving, like my mum and dad, they do bits of town driving throughout the week. Not mega miles. We're retired, so there's no commute. So I suppose it's pretty good to just nip round town and just use the electric side of things. You just end up using no fuel. But I don't know if I could live with something like this. Like, from appearance, the outside of the car it's a really nice looking car, but I don't know. I think if I was getting one of these, it'd be either the 40 petrol or 40 diesel. Obviously my dad's, he's not really interested in pure performance, like nearly 300 brakes, well and truly enough for him. So we've got it in extra boost now. So let's see what it's like. Oh, it does actually pick up, to be fair, for a 4-cylinder. It goes all right. quite impressed with that. I think it's just, you think, oh, it's not making the right noises, because obviously it's a 4-banger, 2-litre turbo. You think, but you look at the speedo, it does actually shift. I'm quite impressed with that, to be honest. 2-litre, that's pretty good, and it's quite a big car. I don't think it's the lightest of cars. I think from reading, I think it was about 1.9 tons, which I'm sure that's roughly in the same weight category of my E38 7 Series back in the day. So it's not a light car, but yeah, that's not too bad. That I'm quite impressed with that. But I think with this car, I think it's just it's civilized. That's what I like about it. It's very civilized. And like I say, I think BMW have caught back up now. You know, Mercedes, when I looked at the modern Mercedes, they had the edge with these screens and all the LED lights. It was really inviting. And I think BMW with this, like the facelift, because obviously I think if you're looking around the 2021 plate, these, they come with a smaller screen and stuff like that. And it's not quite the same around here, but this has really modernised everything now, and it's really attractive. But it's the whole user friendly thing to me. I think if you were like, say, like my dad's he's tuned in. It's like with computers and stuff, I'll always go, Dad, how can you do this? Like, it's not that I can't do it, but I think, you know, my dad's in his 70s and he's bang up to date with his technology. You know, he doesn't need help pairing his phone or doing X, Y, and Z on this. He just gets in it and does it. But I think the problem with these cars now, I think if you were kind of out of date with technology, it'd be a bit mind-blowing. Because even I'm finding it a bit like, you know, feel like you've got to pull over and go, right, well, how do I do this? I know you get used to it in time, but it's just one of them. I think it's a bit like, you end up a bit like shell-shocked. You're like, oh, God, what's going on here? So even like before, when I have my music on, like in the F32, it's just like, you know, you press the button, it's on the screen, you've got your iDrive, but it's like this, your hands are kind of like searching where to go. But we'll get used to it, that is the thing. But from aesthetic point of view, it's lovely. I really do like it, and from first impressions, it's a good buy. It is nice. Hold the road well, and with them big M Sport brakes up front, it's got a big disc setup. It stops well as well. But I'm quite impressed. I like the seats as well. The half leather, half Alcantara. BMW have scored a winner on these Taurus. And the thing is now they're not cheap. Like I was looking at like, you know, M340Ds and stuff like that. Even like a second-hand 330D in this pretty much exact car, excuse me. You know, second-hand with, I think it was about 46,000 BMW approved. It was like nearly 40 grand. So these cars from showroom, they're not cheap. And I get that now. You see generations with your M3s and your M5s, you go up nearly 20 grand each time. It's a joke, but it's all the technology that comes with them. So first impressions out and about in the 330e, because I've not took this on a proper drive yet. Would it be for me, single 42-year-old male? Probably not. I would go for this car, but I wouldn't go for the 330e because I love 6 cylinders. That's what BMW's all about for me. I get why people buy these, and from a mapping point of view as well, looking at the stats they're pulling online off of stage 1, you know, it's nearly as much or maybe more than my 435. And obviously that's technology moving along, but with me it's about the noise and the feel. It's like, you know, I had a little go in this the other day and I got back into mine, and I liked that analog feel, you know, the big six up front, you know, making all the turbo noises and the little pops and bangs out the back. Like, you know, that's what BMs are about for me. But I get why they like these. And obviously the world's moving on now. Cars are different. But this to me, it's like a spaceship compared to mine. But I do like it. You know, if someone gave me this car, I wouldn't turn my nose up at it. I'd be like, yeah, it's sound, this. I probably wish there was a 340 under the lid light, but yeah. And since we've had it as well, it's not really used that much fuel, so from an economy point of view, it is pretty good. For me, there's no replacement for displacement. It's as simple as that. I love my big straight sixes. It's just that grunt, whether it's a diesel or a petrol. But as the future is obviously evolving, cars like this, you know, I would consider a hybrid. I think the 340Ds now, I'm sure they're hybrid assist, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. But this is an all-rounder, you know, you're pushing nearly 300 brake out of a family estate. It's pretty good, really. I just don't know if I could deal with the lack of noise, and I think that's what's getting me dad as well, because he's come from the X-Trail, which is a 2-litre diesel. It's like a tractor. This thing's just silent. Like, we're looking at each other sometimes going, is it on? Other than when you put it into sport mode, the extra boost, you're like, what's going on here? Can we go? But yeah, that's, you know, I'm clutching at straws here. The car's, it's a lovely car. So yeah, today I just basically wanted to get out and have a little drive, get to grips with it, see what it's like. You know, I think it's a good purchase. I think he's done a good, got a good one there, the skyscraper grey paint, which if you haven't seen, I'll show you in a minute when I get home. And obviously the half leather, half Alcantara, full M Sport Shadow line. It's great. It looks the absolute bee's knees. It's a really attractive car across the board. And a good family wagon too. So yeah, just thought I'd get to grips with it today. Do some more in-depth reviews on it. Obviously I want to get into the technology side of things and see what it can do. But yeah, it's nice. The one thing I do like about this is all the LEDs at night when you're driving down the road. I know some people find it quite off-putting, but I think it just makes it a nice place to be. And like the ones in my 435 are just a bit meh, if you know what I mean. bit jealous at the minute. I think if it had been a 40 diesel or a 40 petrol, I'd been on the verge of crying. I'd be like, Dad. But really, my dad should have a better car than me. Like, I get that. So there we go, guys. Just a little drive into 330e today. Lovely car. Really nice bit of kit. I'm happy for him. Like I say, long termer on the channel. I've loads to document on this. Nice bit of kit. So there we go, guys. First little drive in the 330e. Plenty more to come on this bad boy. And remember, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.